So I would imagine when you're testing every Friday, that all the way and every 3 weeks, that this gives you a ton of data.
Yes.
So how do you handle this data and how do you use it to help student performance?
Okay, I have a data sheet that this is my classroom data, that every student has the same exact data sheet in their folder, and under each question, it'll tell what TEK it is, and if they missed it, for instance, in this one, I had several kids miss this, so we went as a group and I filled in what I saw that most of my kids were missing, so I knew I needed to spiral that back in.
So you created this, and when a test is over, you go in and you fill this in
According to the whole
according to the
class.
whole class. So this whole sheet is one class?
Is for 1 6
Is
weeks.
for 1 6 weeks?
Yes, this
And
is for the first 6 weeks. Okay, and so I'm seeing by here that at least 2 to 3 kids missed each one of these questions. If it was in yellow, that means only 1 student missed it. But if it were 2 students or more missing it, then I knew I needed to spiral that back into the next 6 weeks.
Okay.
So that drove what I put on my next 6 weeks test. And they change from year to year. I mean, I'll add some questions or take some off. Like the spelling always, this was for the second 6 weeks. I was kind of looking to see, you know, what spelling they were missing. Homophones were a struggle for my kids. Subject-verb agreement actually was pretty good for this class. Now, if you look at this next class, though, okay, let me go back into that data. Okay, this class struggled a lot more quickly. So when we got into this one, subject-verb agreement for this class was a big struggle.
So you're doing these sheets based off of your every 3 week test?
Every week.
Oh, you're doing this based off of every Friday?
Every Friday
so
test.
Every Friday, you know the mastery level of your kids?
Yes, in each classroom. I have 4 rotations.
So you have 4 rotations, so you do this for every classroom?
Yes, each class I have this filled out for each class.
Okay.
So then, after Christmas, we started in, and this, for instance, this was Series 1. I took I had the percentages of how they were doing in revision, editing, parts of speech. This is for 1 week. And there's 5 different little assessments that you can give. And some of them have 7 questions, some have 5, some may even have 4 if it's a revision. There's just 4 questions. So I may do 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Thursday, and then 1 on Friday.
That shows you then how to spiral them back in?
Yes.
Based on the data that you got
Yes.
from that Friday test?
Yes. So, and this series lasts for 8, and this is actually an example of one. It's the countdown to writing. This would be what I run off front and back. And this one just happens to be an editing on the front side, and then this one is a revision on the back.
Okay.
And so and then after they do it, we talk about why the answers were what they were, and some of the reasons why those answers were wrong. And like I said, I tally how many missed as I'm grading. When I'm walking around grading, I'm tallying how many each one missed. I usually, on most of these, I filled in the numbers of how many missed what. Like 2 might have missed this one, 4 might have missed this one, 5 students missed that one. So I'm usually tallying, like for this one, this was a lot missed make no changes because I've kind of, you know, said please don't pick that answer unless you can prove it. So most of the time these have a higher number because they were afraid to pick the make no change, but I'd rather them